when others come to survive in the wilderness. They will be hungry for 9 meals in 3 days. Stage. Stafford drank a whole roasted goat's thigh alone. And cups of coconut crab giant size X and X since the survival trip, his last in the Amazon River. This is the first time I've had a bald head cut. Appeared in front of the lens to practice his hunger and thirst skills. This time, I'm going to play a big game for the world to admire. Challenge. He was alone on the island for 60 days. And no need to get dressed. If you succeed, you will be the best in the world. Be prepared before you leave. Departure date. He called a beautiful female doctor to examine his body, to make sure there is no problem with the whole body. The rule of this challenge is no clothes, no food and no hair. All you have is a video camera. And on my teeth under the sand. Humans can live 21 days without eating. But you can't live 3 days without drinking water. Finding water is definitely a priority right now. There are a lot of trees on the island. It can be used as a temporary replacement for fresh water. I don't like old coconuts on the beach. I want to pick fresh fruit from the tree. The water inside will be sweeter and more. Next, you're going to explore along the island. Find a natural cave in front. The higher the terrain, the safer it seems. So I choose to stay here. I pulled out some weeds tonight, so I made a cushion. I think I can sleep more comfortably. The sky quickly darkened. Your current dish has only a handful of coconuts. Go to bed. Just put some hay on it to protect him. The next day, I look for food along the coast. There's a lot of little snails clinging to the rock. I caught them all without missing a single one. There is currently no source of fire. They can only eat raw. Average fresh swallow per piece of snail meat provides 1 cal. If you want to eat, you have to eat thousands of them. Eat only conch. It's certainly not a long-term solution. There's water flowing down the cliff ahead. I tasted it, and it turned out to be fresh water. He immediately poked his neck and took a few deep breaths. It's fresh water, but it smells strange. I decided to do water purifier. I've been busy up and down for a long time. The energy from the snail just ate is also on the way back. I found a bush of sea urchins. This bark is very hard and can be used as a rope. I made them into pants to protect the swallows. You seem pretty pleased with your lawn dress. It's not far away. There's a lot of plastic bottles washed up on the beach. I picked it all up and carried it without missing a single thing. The island has a large temperature difference between day and night. It's very hot during the day. It will be cold at night. I went to collect 10 lots of coconuts. Go back and clean up. I found a little gecko at work. It's been a long time since I saw protein. You don't miss. Protein is delivered to the mouth. With the humanitarian spirit, you take a stone and you stick it in the head. In 2 seconds, the little gecko has been transformed. In the early days, I didn't eat food like this. I hesitated for a while holding it in my hand. In the end, hunger defeats reason. Directly into the mouth without removing the head or raw. I didn't forget the broken tail I had left. Now, the only thing on the island is coconuts and snails. It's hard to rely on these things alone. It can make you feel full. The dwarf coconut trees on the island are plucked. The trees want to be picked. You can only use support tools. I went into the forest and broke trees to go poking coconuts. Time to day 3. Now, you have a basic place. Simple food and little fresh water. By amount of activity, normally, water is not enough. I picked up some big seashells on the beach. Clean it up and put it on the shore. Now, it just needs a heavy rain. The pits. The old water should also be used. Use the wire as a straw and put it in a plastic bottle. The water that flows down the cliff will stay on the wire and flows into the bottle. The environment outside the island has been explored, but not inside. I will search for the island. If you don't look, you will be shocked. The island is full of walking protein. There's a lot of goats living here. If you could catch one, at least you won't have to worry. Food for the next half month. There is currently no hunting tool. Goat must be postponed. This is the charcoal burned. I haven't brushed my teeth since I've been on the island for days. When the time comes, you turn it into powder. Use it to brush your teeth more effectively than a toothbrush. Keep exploring deeper. Go to a place where you can see the whole island. The scenery here is beautiful. Thursday on the island. The water in the bottle on the stone wall was overflowing. After water replenishment, it's a fun day again. Survival factor. The only thing missing is the fire. I want to do it in the most original way. In creating fire, all material must be collected 10 in full. You make a drill out of clouds and tree branches. There is no knife. You have to use the stones you find to cut wood. Notice, your living environment is improving. I can't help but cry, but people still say, life is more than what you see. In addition, there is a question in the distance. After adjusting the mood, you have to keep working, but the bow line broke when it was just rubbing. Keep trying and 7 failed. It seems that the fire will not be grouped up in a short time. The time has come Friday. The water writing system on the stone walls also brings bad news. There's a lot of water left in the bottle. Currently, water issues remain a top priority. There's still too much risk in relying on sources of instability. The only thing that coconuts are eaten sooner or later. The temperature will be much lower in the afternoon. Even if it freezes, the body can't freeze. My swallow. He upgraded the mini skirt to a long skirt. There's not much progress on the fire today. I woke up the next morning feeling a little dehydrated. A long waste of days. Still can't get coconuts from higher ground because you eat raw conch every day. Your stomach and intestines can't take it anymore. This exacerbates the level of water loss. He's lying in front of the cave at night, looking very emaciated. It's even a little silly. Time to the 9th day. I'm still trying my best to find fresh water. There is no water on the island. But I found a piece of discarded clothing. And there's a lot of footprints on the beach. It's probably the goat on the island. Carrying a heavy body, walking. The feeling of weakness of the body at each stage. I need to go to camp to rest. At this time, even take off your clothes and stand in front of me. I can't get up either. Time to day 11. This morning, I had no choice but to open the box, save, and take 2 antibiotics. However, dehydration conditions and symptoms still do not Fortunately, improve. The rain came in time. The shells that used to be filled with rainwater. He sucked Chung into a bottle. After drinking water, exploration progress on the island needs to be accelerated. Found some taro leaves on the ground. Hand dug down was a large taro. There's no fire, so you can't eat grilled food. But you've got your own smart plan. Cut taro into thick slices with a piece of iron box. Put it under the sun. A few hours later, you've been eating crisp and refreshing taro. With the addition of calories, the body begins to recover gradually. Eating normally stops fat. I had the idea to fish in the sea. Cut the top half of the bottle and put it back into the bottle. Put the meat inside as bait. Wait until the afternoon to check the traps. Surprisingly, there are a lot of fish inside. There must be at least 10. After returning to camp, I can't wait to enjoy sashimi. Fresh fish, ROI crispy taste. You have to stay on the island for days. You are at risk of infection if you continue to eat raw fish. We need to start the fire as soon as possible. To improve the success rate, it'll take you another 4 hours to upgrade your gear. Make the ultimate fire with relentless effort. The fire has been grouped should succeed. Time to the 13th day. The first thing you do when there's a fire, make yourself a cup of hot tea. Food sources have not changed much, but the taste is greatly improved. The rainy season is approaching to make yourself more comfortable. I'm planning to build a shelter. Another hidden on the Kier side of the island. But now, they have to solve the problem. Water resources previously distributed according to the structure of the whole Nature island. In the center is where there's the most fresh water. Dig down by the corner of the ravine. After a while, a large amount of mud appeared. I took a drink and found it neither salty nor pale. However, for safety reasons, I don't drink directly. My book is full of bottles. Pack it up and take it all back to camp based on the current operating level and water consumption. It requires about 2.5 liters of water. This water won't last a day. Still expect some more rain in time. When I got back to the camp, the fire was almost out. He was afraid and rushed into the cave to store more wood. Life has changed now, from a struggling life to a carefree life. Eat conch and grilled coconut every day. There's nothing to do, make a hot cup of tea. Time to day 15. I changed my crab meal today. There's a lot of fish in the pot. Don't worry about food. Life on the island is wonderful. The terrain here is flat and dry. After identifying a new shelter location, you start collecting 10 materials right away. Because you have no tools and no physical strength, the process of cutting trees is also very labor-intensive. It took 2 hours to complete the roof. Today is the 17th. Early in the morning, I went to the forest to cut down trees. You're facing a tree and pulling it. It took 9 cows and 2 tigers. I brought a small tree back to the camp. I cut down 3 trees in one morning. Physical strength. Exhausted sitting in the cave, feeling hungry and tired. Due to lack of protein supplements, the body cannot recover to a better state. Before the tide rises, you've got to go over there to get some fresh water as soon as possible. Before leaving, I put mud all over my body to protect against the sun. Avoid sunburn. Different types of bottles and cans drift on the beach every day. There's another surprise today. I found a worn toothbrush. I think it's great to combine it with coal wood to clean teeth. You haven't taken 2 steps. I picked up a football. Although the platform, but does not affect the use. Evening. I sat in front of the camera to recap the journey. When I woke up the next day, you're in new trouble. The branches on either side of the camp were too narrow, leading to the instability of the camp structure, but I'm a little helpless for the bigger trees. Holding a stone to cut the tree like scratching itches. Most of the time was spent building the camp, so I don't have time to fish for food. If you don't eat some protein, your body will not be able to handle it. I caught some wild crabs. There's a little eel under the rock. Today's lunch is getting richer. I started laughing. I couldn't take 2 steps and picked up a strange animal. After a few strokes, a pile of white viscous liquid spitting out. No matter what, I brought it all back to the barbecue. I'm most satisfied with the meat. Fat, but not fat meat, so delicious that sucking fingers. As for the strange animal, it explodes when it's baked. I'm still a little squeamish when it comes to this unknown creature. If it's poisonous, he walks on cold feet. His mouth is faster than his. Try it first. It tastes a little bit like shit when chewed. Time to day 19. It's raining hard at night. Gave you a lot of fresh water. At least you won't have to worry about that in the next few days. Even if it doesn't rain, we can replenish fresh water. But it also has a bad impact. The cave became cold and wet. I still need to finish building the new camp as soon as possible. Coconut leaves can be used to destroy the roof. Time to day 21. The current job is a continuous cycle. After cutting the leaves, sit and built into the camp. It will take about 10 days to complete the construction. Cutting trees by hand without tools. It takes time and energy. After days of cutting trees, your right hand has lost all its strength. I don't know if I can keep working this work or not. Time to day 22. Now, your body is starting to lose water. After drinking all the rain, you've got to start picking coconuts from the trees. Average daily caloric intake of about 3,000. The peaches and crabs you eat are only about 600. You keep digging taro. Best you can add calories to yourself. But this time nothing seems to have been gained. Not resigned, I picked up some taro leaves and put them in my mouth. If nothing happens, there will be an accident. As soon as you swallow it, your throat starts to itch. The whole tongue becomes numb. You can't seem to say meaningless things, except silence. When you get back to camp, I've had diarrhea many times. Your stomach that was empty is now completely empty. However, the challenge must continue. You have to work hard to build a new shelter. It takes about 3 days to complete the roof. You accidentally stepped on an eel. You caught it. Despite being bitten, he won the victory. What's even more disturbing is that wild goats on the island. They even went to the camp. I have no other way. I have to hold my head in despair. I happen to see a hermit crab lying on the ground. There's a natural bait to fill the stomach. He picked up the stone and took the crab back to the ecstasy world. Go back to camp and put it on the fire for heating. Finish direct giving so mouth made a red. I plan to spend tonight is like the last night in the cave. We will move to a new camp tomorrow. Time today 24. He moved a lot of wood to the warehouse. The roof has not been filled. There's no way to stop the wind and the rain. I have to go to the cave to sleep tonight. The lack of water and food left him exhausted. Mental and physical decline. His mind is filled with images of his wife at home. Time today 27. I'm going for a walk on the beach. You can see fishing boats in the distance. Since you came to the island, this is the first time. Feel the breath of others. Maybe your mood has improved a little. While patrolling the island, I found taro leaves again. Cherries should be some taro. Plus a hermit crab hiding next door. The tree that was cut down for 10 days was successfully knocked down. With the reinforcement of this big trunk, camp will not be easily blown away by the storm. It's day 28. The new camp is almost complete. It took me 11 days to build the roof. All your efforts these days are worth it. Look at the tent. Looking out at the sea, I can't help but feel. Another day passed in the blink of an eye. Say goodbye to life in the cave. From today, I'm packing up and moving to a new camp. Of course, the most precious fire can't be left behind. To celebrate the new family, I made a cup of fresh Vietnamese tea. Lie down. Is the wife at the neighbor's house well taken care of? Time to 30 days eating coconuts and snails. SA residents every Living day. On the island is no longer a problem. To improve the quality of life, I started thinking about the goats. I watched for days without a chance to catch it. Can only sit in the camp eating poor coconut soup. Think of the delicious grilled goat meat. Blinking again for 3 days. The goats on the island are always buzzing near the camp, constantly stimulating your hungry gut. If you are hungry, you take risks. You decide. Use everything you learn in your life to eat. Grilled goat thigh. Made a bow from a tree's branches and found a rope. I tried the power for a short time. An arrow shot out like a toy. Looks like you need to put in more effort to fix it. Time today 37. The good news is that breakfast is very effective. There's a total of 16 crabs and 2 boxes of snails. The bad news is that the kettle has caught fire and punctured the bottom. Fortunately, there's still a big clamshell that can be used to make a pot, but the shell is too thick, so the cooking efficiency will be greatly reduced. 2/3 of the time has passed. I wake up in the morning and my stomach is swollen. Think about it. I haven't eaten in days. Long-term per drinking leads to constipation. I've heard that eating charcoal purifies the intestine. I chewed several pieces in a row. Go to the forest and wait to send love back to the land. In the middle of the night with severe abdominal pain, I lay on the ground and screamed. The current situation is critical. You have no choice but to call the team. Rescue team quickly come to check. Take your temperature and blood pressure, and leave some antibiotics behind. Time today 42. Your body has recovered a little after taking antibiotics. Last night, the challenge is to keep looking for food on the beach. As usual, I picked up a can of oil today. Take it back to camp and cut it in stone. It's going to make the food. Next is more convenient. This type of iron is also very useful. Sharpen it and use it to make a woodland knife. Simply tie it to a stick. It could be a hand axe. I don't know if it's sharp or not. At least it's enough to cut the taro. The main food today is taro. Based on the concept of sustainable development, you planted some potatoes on a small plot of land behind his camp. Today's lunch is 5 taro slices. Yesterday's pain still echoes in my mind. So I can't eat crab anymore. Until the 43rd, while patrolling the island, I discovered a giant coconut crab. Look at the size. It's estimated to weigh 10 kilograms. It makes me so happy to laugh at the place right now. You can finally have a full meal. Caught back at camp. I can't wait to start barbecuing. Its legs are as thick as your arms. Finished eating the piece. I feel like my hair has grown a lot. Even though you're eating today. But I'm worried about tomorrow's meal. I saw a lost goat. Based on your observations over the past few days, you have to finish building the bow quickly, while having a full meal. Lighter dry seam. It's a good material for making arrows. Fix the nail on the end of the keyer to make the arrow. Hunting tool is finished. Saw the bow zipper should shoot. Really? Unfortunately, I didn't even touch a single hair. Another day passed in the blink of an eye. Today's plan is to build a water collection device. Connect and put bamboo tube under the roof. The rainwater on the roof will stay in the bamboo tube and flows into the plastic tube underneath. It'll eventually flow into the barrel on the side. This maximizes the use of rainwater. Maybe to help you check the feasibility of this. It rained very hard that day. The collected water also obtained a full container. I sat on one side and happily watched it. I don't know which will come first, tomorrow or accident, but as long as you're filled with hope every day, you can also get a surprise. I found a wild goat on the beach. His head caught in the bushes. You're in front of the goat in front of you. although very surprised. But your skills don't fall behind. Behind he picked up the stone and sent it down. Hold for Pluto. Now, you don't have to worry about the next meal. You can even use leather goats to make sleeping blankets at night. I starved 9 meals in 3 days. Think back to that miserable time when you first came to the island. This goat can be used well. He took a homemade knife and cut the meat into pieces. 1 part immediately, and 1 part to make dry meat. I've been busy day and night dealing with this goat. Today is truly the happiest day. Sitting in camp, happily cooking goat soup. It tastes delicious and soft when eaten. Time to day 45. Have adequate food supplements. I started playing chess and went to the beach. In a camp full of pre-cut goat meat. You listen to the locals. There's a way of cooking that fell from the sky. It's digging a hole deep in the ground. To fill it with stones, put the wood in and heat the stone, and then put the goat's foot on top of it and cover it with leaves and soil. A few hours later, we saw the miracle. Shin's feet have been baked on the deserted island. Sitting at the camp eating a large piece of meat to drink in the afternoon to watch the sunset. The wildlife is so fucking scary. By the end of the day, the goat's legs and ribs had all been eaten. All other parts of the meat have also been smoked. This goat's skin is also very useful. After stretching the skin, use a stone to scrape away impurities on the surface. For another 48 minutes. Is to have a warm goat leather jacket. Don't talk about fashion and weird smells. Don't talk about anything else. Organs and heads of goats. If it is thrown away before, it will not be wasted. Now, it's filled with maggots. Maggots contain more protein than beef. 100 times because there's still meat to eat. So I haven't used this yet. I'm going to use them as bait. Pouring maggots into small puddles to attract fish. Block a few stones at the entrance. When the tide goes out, we're stuck in a puddle. It must be said that the heads have no hair. There's a lot of smart ideas to fit for meat with vegetables. After 10 times fisting, I've harvested a big bunch of coconuts. Come back to check the trap. There's a big fish inside. After many fights, you've successfully caught a delicious steamed fish. Great delicious taste. You even suck on bones. Time to day 50. I don't worry about food and clothing anymore. Ready to adventure at sea? Make a simple raft out of dry bamboo. Then fasten more bottles and cans to increase buoyancy. Before leaving, he climbed up the mountain to observe the situation. Wave after wave in the distance. There are sharks swimming in the water, so I don't dare to go to the sea again. I fear my life will be lost there. Time to day 51. I thought a lot last night. I decided to face my fear, wake up and eat dried goat meat to be ready to sail. Just afraid the raft won't sink. Fortunately, the buoyancy is quite just a little hard to control the direction, but it hasn't gone far. I have no choice but to get down, pushing the raft to the shore. The current plan to go to the sea can only be paused. You go back to digging potatoes for natural nutritional supplements. 1 meal a day is enough to last until the last day. On the 57th, I will see my wife again soon. The body also needs to move fast. To improve sleep quality, he made himself a big hammock of bark. You will sleep comfortably tonight. Now, you can walk anywhere on the island. There is a mango tree in front. It's just the unripe fruit on the tree. Take a bite and take a bite. It is the food of the forest with tears in its eyes. Your front teeth are broken, but luckily you can get home early. Even if you lose a front tooth, no one can see it. Go back to camp and eat raw crab salad. After eating, it will turn into fertilizer, so don't worry. Time to 60 days. I wake up laughing in the morning. I'm about to end my wild life on my island. Say goodbye to your camp. Not long after, a plane came to take him home. So far, I've completed this challenge, without any danger at all.